How's it going? I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, anything at all. Anything about WWE at all. Ba-da-da. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything about WWE. Again, guys, I am a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Make sure to click that like button and subscribe if you're new. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. How you guys doing? How are you guys? Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. What's up, RSY? I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Again, guys, I am a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything about WWE at all. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything at all. Anything, again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything makes you guys click that like button. Any question at all you have about WWE, let me know. Feel free to ask me anything about it. And the Pride Parade is going on in San Francisco. Wait, when is it? When is it, RSY? What? Oh, it's happening right now. Got you. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Any questions you have about WWE, feel free to ask me them if you're curious about it. Feel free to ask me any question, RSY, about WWE. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Dan, I don't know what kind of question that is, but I am a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a pro wrestling fan, so this is what this live is about. To have people, if they're just curious about WWE and want to know more, feel free to ask me anything about pro wrestling, anything about WWE whatsoever. Even if you're not really a fan of it, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. It would be great if you guys could come up with questions about WWE so I can answer them. That would be great, and that would be fantastic. Click that like button. What's up? Um, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, pro wrestling. I'm a big pro wrestling fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. This is what this live's about. Even if you don't know much about WWE or pro wrestling in general, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. This is what this live's about. We have Monday Night Raw tomorrow, which is going to be really, really exciting and so forth. I don't know if WWE has posted the preview of Monday Night Raw. But again, guys, I am a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. If you're curious about it at all, or if you're a new fan, or if you're a current fan, feel free to ask me anything about it at all. Make sure you guys click that like button and subscribe if you're new. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. WWE absolutely still exists. We're still live, happy, and free. We're still live, happy, and free. And guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Thoughts on Roman Reigns? Thank you, shout out for the question. Feel free to ask more. Yeah, Roman Reigns is awesome. He's my tribal chief. He's our tribal chief. You know what I'm saying, Shadow? I acknowledge him. You know what I mean? So yeah. So for sure, I love WWE and I love Roman Reigns. Again, guys, feel free to ask me any other question about WWE, any other question at all that you have. WWE is scripted. We all know this. Every fan basically knows that it's scripted and stuff and whatnot. And you guys should definitely subscribe and come back to my lives. Click that like button as well. I don't like the Judgment Day. Yeah, I get that. I like Dominic Mysterio, though, personally. But I get that you don't like the Judgment Day. Jake, feel free to hit that sub button and also subscribe and come back to my lives. I'm going to be reacting to Raw tomorrow as well. We're 4 likes away from 10 likes, guys. 4 likes away from 10 likes. Jake, definitely should sub and feel free to ask me any other questions. Shadow, you as well. Feel free to ask me any other questions as well. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Did I see Soldier Macho Man impressions? No, Muzzle, I did not see that. I did not. I'm already subscribed. Thank you, Jake. Yeah, so feel free to ask me anything else. Again, guys, I'm a WWE pro wrestling fan, so feel free to ask me any pro wrestling questions or about WWE in general, if you're just curious about it, or if you're new to it, or if you're a fan currently. And click that like button as well. We're 2 likes away from 10 likes, guys. 2 likes away from 2 likes. Awesome. That's your subscribe, Jake. Awesome, awesome. Again, guys, if you're new here, make sure you click that sub button and subscribe. Watch the WWE podcast. I got to. Does WWE do tenders? I don't know what you mean by that. I've been a fan for 13 years. That's what's up. That's so sick. Again, guys. Yeah, Jake, feel free to ask me any other question. Any other question at all. I believe WWE is in, I don't know what state it is in tomorrow, but I'm excited for it. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about it and so forth. So WWE stands for World Wrestling Entertainment. Stands for World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea I have to pay for WWE. I tune into SmackDown and I watch Wednesday Night Wrestling. Oh, you mean AEW? Night Fright? Night Fright. Thank you for telling me that. Night Fright, yeah, I get you. Do you mean just for the PLEs? Night Fright? Tell me if that. Does WWE like take tenders around and WWE John Cena? I don't know what you mean by that. Again, guys, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any WWE questions at all whatsoever and so forth. Was Ultimate Warrior WWE or WWF? WWF, for sure. SY, definitely subscribe. Come back to my lives. Click that like button as well, guys. If you're new here, click that like button, sub. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Is John Cena retired? Yes, he is. He had his last match against Gunther, which he unfortunately lost. So, yeah. What is your favorite WWE wrestler? Thank you for the question, Colt. My favorite WWE wrestler is CM Punk, for sure. Colt, you definitely subscribe and come back on my lives. Hey, it's me for yesterday. My brother has Asperger's. Sheila, thank you so much for coming back. Sheila, if you have any pro wrestling questions or WWE questions, or even if you're not a fan necessarily, or you're just curious about it, feel free to ask me any questions about it. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything. Rob, thank you. Definitely click that like button, subscribe. Ultimate Warrior had and Macho Man, Randy Savage, and the dope cooked out interviews. I agree. That's why. It's all staged, right? Pretty much, yes. But most people know that. What do you think about running Roman versus Seth at SummerSlam and Oba versus Brock with title versus career stip? I'm hoping they're planning Brock versus Roman, to be honest with you. Udu. So I wouldn't mind that too, though, as long as the storyline's good, you know? Udus, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe. And feel free to ask me any other questions, guys. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Any questions you have about WWE at all? Are the Paul brothers in wrestling? Well, Logan Paul is into wrestling. Jake Paul isn't, but Logan Paul is into wrestling. So, yeah. JR, thank you so much for the question. Feel free to click that like button, subscribe, come back to my lives. Feel free to ask me anything else. Roman Reigns versus Goldust win. Bro, that would be sick. I don't know. Probably never. Probably never. But it's okay. Have you ever picked somebody up and slammed them or threw them? I used to when I was a kid. Like, play wrestling and stuff. What's up, Cool Void, guys? Again, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. We're 4 likes away from 20 likes, guys. 4 likes away, so if you click that like button, definitely do that. Do they pull your hair in WWE? Well, the divas do. The women do, for sure. That's definitely a thing for a woman's wrestling. They pull your hair. For sure, Jackson. Jackson, thank you for the question. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe. Why does Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar hate each other? Do they hate each other? Colt, is that a thing? Did they have backstage arguments or something? What's the name of that Goth Girls wrestler? Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is her name. Val, thank you for that question, too. Her name is Rhea Ripley. She's awesome. She's awesome. I'd rather have Roman and Oba as champions than Oba and Sammy or Oba and Cody. Wait, Oba and Sammy. Wait. I'd rather have Roman and Oba as champions than Oba and Sammy. Got you. Yeah. I get what you mean. Sammy is a champ. I know Sammy did win the championship yesterday, which is cool. So yeah, again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Cool Void, can you time out this person who's spamming? Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE and so forth, anything at all. Only reason I would want Cody to be champ again is so he can feud with Punk and Punk can get his main event to win at Mania. Bro, I feel that. I definitely feel that. That CM Punk versus Cody would be a good storyline. Well, they already did face, but yeah. Don't hide the users, just time them out, okay? Again, guys, King Oba, let's go. Red Bar. Again, guys, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any pro wrestling questions at all. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about it. Click that like button too and subscribe. We're 1 more like away from 20 likes. And even if you're just curious, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about pro wrestling, anything at all. If you have any questions, comments, or so forth, I will read them. I'm here to answer questions and whatnot. Even if you're not a WWE fan, still feel free to ask questions, okay? I appreciate you guys, and make sure you click that like button and subscribe and come back to my lives for sure. Is it Doodle? I'm not going to answer that question, Jackson. Please keep it appropriate. WWE went to Netflix, and I can't afford it. Basic cable and Cox cable in Nebraska cost me over $200 and the internet. Wow, yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean by that. Well, Netflix is pretty cheap, right? It's pretty cheap and stuff. If anything, if I had to choose between one, I would probably choose Netflix. Just getting rid of cable altogether, night, right? But I get the pain, night, right? I definitely get the pain. You should. I don't know if you subbed yet, but you should definitely click that like button and subscribe. Who are the top 10? Who are the top 10 champions in your opinion? Like currently, or like I don't know top 10, but I love CM Punk. That's all I know. And also Roman is up there for sure. Seth is up there. A lot of people are up there. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Bro, Uso should have won. I get that. I get the pain, bro, man. Bro, man, you should definitely subscribe and come back on my lives. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE and click that like button and subscribe if you're new here. I do these type of lives a lot. CM Punk, the alcoholic. Bro, he's not alcoholic. That's not true. He's straight edge. I appreciate you, the comment, though. Click that like button, subscribe. Feel free to ask me any question. How old is Randy Orton? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure he's like 40-something, like 39. I'm pretty sure he's like 39. Good question. I appreciate that question, DJ. Appreciate that question. How old is Randy Orton? Again, guys, if you're new here, feel free to ask me any WWE question. He is 46 years old. So Randy Orton is 46 years old. That's pretty impressive for his age. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. If you're new here, click that like button and subscribe. It was really cool to see Sammy win, but I think he's a traditional champion. Brock's ass is going to take it SummerSlam. I think that's what everyone is predicting right now. Yeah, I feel like they should keep Sammy as champion. I think he deserves it. He's been having a rough time lately with the crowd. He won yesterday, obviously, which is great. He won yesterday, which is absolutely amazing, and so forth. But I feel like they should give him more of a push. So I wouldn't mind seeing him beat Brock Lesnar. Honestly, I hope he deserves it. In my opinion, Oos. That's just my opinion. But I get what you mean, Oos, for sure. Feel free to ask me any other questions or comments. I appreciate you being on here. Is Logan considered a WWE fighter? Yeah, well, he's considered a WWE wrestler, Zach. Yeah, so Logan is a really, really good wrestler. He really, really is. He's super talented. He's underrated. Zach, definitely click that like button, subscribe, and come back to my lives for sure. What's up, Addy? How's it going? Guys, again, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about pro wrestling. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about pro wrestling. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe, come back on my lives. I'm just, I'm doing this to, if people want to ask questions, if they're new to WWE, if they're just curious about it, feel free to ask me any questions, even if you're not a fan, or ask me if you are a fan, any thoughts, and also questions. Has Matt Riddle returned? What happened to him? He got cut, I believe, and he got cut because of some drug episode or something like that. I think he got cut went to a mental hospital, and they cut him, unfortunately, DJ. And that was a long time ago. I appreciate you asking that question. I did like him, though. DJ, you should definitely click that like button, subscribe. Feel free to ask me any other questions. Yeah, Matt Riddle is released. Exactly, cool, Void. Exactly. Okay, it's WWE. Not that bad. OTC, yes, bro, man. OTC is awesome. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Will RK Bro ever happen again? Probably not, unfortunately, because Randy Orton's, I just found out Randy Orton's 46 years old, so I feel like he's headed on his way out. Randy should be champion again, if anything, bro. Randy should be champion again. Which masked superstar won the 2006 Royal Rumble, becoming the only masked competitor ever to win it? That's a good question. I believe I'm going to guess Rey Mysterio. Get Shrek. I'm just going to call you Get. I appreciate that question. Thank you for that question. I'm going to guess Rey Mysterio. Get. You should definitely ask me any other questions. Click that like button. Subscribe for real. Again, guys, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE, and if you're just curious about it, or if you're new to it, or if you're a fan yourself, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. This is what this live's about, and make sure to click that like button, subscribe as well. Was Hogan 67? I believe, Nick. The hardest part of watching wrestling is admitting. I don't believe that. Recovering. I don't believe that. I did subscribe. That's awesome, Night Friday. That's amazing. That's so cool. Thank you for subscribing for sure. Feel free to ask me any other questions about WWE for sure. Which match I already answered that question. Has Jeff Hardy retired? No. So Jeff Hardy is actually in TNA, DJ. He's in TNA, which is a different wrestling promotion. He's with his brother Matt Hardy as well in TNA too. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Get Rick. I already answered your question, so please don't spam the question again, bro. Feel free to ask any other question though. Braun and Seth had a great performance yesterday. They did, dude. That was that was the best match of the card. That steel cage match was amazing. I loved that steel cage match. I didn't expect them to bring weapons into it and everything, honestly. Get Trek, you should definitely subscribe and come back on my lives. Click that like button as well. Click that like button as well. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all. Anything about WWE at all. What's up, Jay? Guys, feel free to, if you're new here, I'm a WWE fan, so this is what this live's about. So I'm asking people to ask me anything about WWE since I'm a WWE fan. If you're new here, click that like button, subscribe. We're 5 likes away from 30 likes, guys. So if you haven't already clicked that like button, you have blue, beautiful hair. Thank you, Sarah. Feel free to ask me anything and subscribe and click that like button as well. Yeah, Randy dissolved to be a champ. Yeah, for real. What is WWE? So it's World Wrestling Entertainment. It's pro wrestling. So like John Cena, Randy Orton, that type of people. I like Rey Mysterio too. He looked like a lesbian chick when he took the mask. Wait, did he actually? Was Chris Barnett framed? Tyler, that's a crazy conspiracy. I'm not sure, bro. Dude, that sounds terrible though, Tyler. If he was. If he was, for sure. Is Jeff retired? He is not. He's not retired. Guys, feel free to ask me any questions, by the way. I watched WWE, but I haven't seen it in a while. Can you tell me what is going on? Yeah, so Night of Champions just got wrapped up. It was yesterday, Saturday night. And yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Io Sky won. Seth won against Braun Breaker in the steel cage match. Also Obafemi defeated Jey Uso to win King of the Ring. And also Sami Zayn won the title. So yeah, Roman, that's what happened. That's what happened, Roman. I appreciate the question. Feel free to ask me any other questions about WWE in general if you're curious. Click that like button, subscribe, Roman, for sure. AAA is better. I could get on board with that somewhat. WWE might be fake, but it hurts. Exactly. Jeff Hardy or CM Punk, who is better in your opinion? CM Punk for me. The thing is, I wasn't really watching it when Jeff Hardy was popping off in like 2009 and 2010. I was watching it in 2011. So that's when Jeff Hardy was not in the WWE anymore, I believe. ZZW. So ZZW, I appreciate the question though. Feel free to ask me anything more about WWE. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all. You think Sammy will be a good champ or just a placeholder? No, I think he will be a good champ for sure. For sure. Who killed Chris Barnett? Himself, I believe. Hey, Jackson, what's up? I'm just doing a WWE live, so feel free to ask me. T-Troll, thank you so much for the comment on the flag. Click that like button, subscribe as well. Who do you think will? Who do you want to see Punk face before he retires? I need him versus heel Cody, Seth at Mania. One last Jeff Hardy feud. Hopefully a Jacob Fatu because it reminds me of his underrated rivalry with Umaga. Well, I think you should face Seth Rollins in his final match. To be honest with you, that's my personal opinion. At WrestleMania, dude, yeah, he's got to win the match at WrestleMania for sure. It was for sure. I agree with that. You think Sammy will be a good champ? Yes, I do think he will be a good champ. We need one more heel run for Punk where he sits on the fans every week, especially the online fans. Yeah, I don't think he has time though, bro. Like that's the thing. I don't know if he has time to do that again. Maybe he does, bro. I don't know. I think Kevin Sullivan killed Chris Barnett. ZZW, I have no idea. Thank you for that comment though. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I am personally glad to see Street Profits finally get their roses. They're a great tag team. You think so? That's a good take and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't really. The Street Profits haven't really gotten me on the train too much yet and stuff, but I could see definitely how people consider them a good tag team for sure. For sure, Game Changer. Thank you, Game Changer, for that thought. And click that like button, subscribe, and come back to my lives. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. How old is Ron Killings? Probably like 54 at this point. Probably 54. R-Truth's probably 54. I don't know why they have him shave his head bald. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, to be honest with you. Good question, Kiwi though. Kiwi though, click that like button, subscribe. He is 54 years old. Ha! I was right, sort of. Who is the best heel? Bro, for me, it was CM Punk when he was heel. Didn't Chris Barnett kill him? Yeah, exactly. Cool, Void, he did. Again, guys, what's up, Tyler? Guys, again, if you're new here, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions you have about WWE. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, so if you're just curious about it, if you're new to it, ask me any question that comes to your mind about WWE, okay? And make sure you guys click that like button and subscribe. Did CM Punk get suspended for real? Is that new? Did he get suspended? Was that recent? I don't know if he got suspended for real. What's up? What's up, Tyler? How's it going? Click that like button. Do you think Finn Balor is underrated? Yes, for sure. Demon Finn Balor. I hate the regular Finn Balor, honestly. If I'm being honest, like, I want the Demon Finn Balor back, bro. Like, I don't know why they... Like, he's too dull as just regular Finn Balor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jackson, definitely click that like button, subscribe if you're new. Feel free to ask me any other question. I haven't watched WWE in a while. What has been going on? Well, Night of Champions just got wrapped up. It was yesterday morning. It was in Saudi Arabia. We had Seth Rollins win the steel cage match. We had Sami Zayn win the championship. We also had Io Sky win the Queen of the Ring against Liv Morgan, and we also had Obafemi win the King of the Ring against Jey Uso. So yeah, it was a good event. We got Jesus back before the Judgment Day. Emmanuel, that's funny. Emmanuel, definitely click that like button, subscribe. So, Logan, that's what's been going on. Feel free to ask me any other questions, by the way, if you have some. Click that like button, guys, and subscribe if you've been commenting and so forth. Make sure to come back on my lives. We never knew I could see Punk wrestling into his mid-50s like Jericho. Yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't know if he's built like that, honestly. He looks 70 right now. That's the thing. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm kind of scared for him. I'm not gonna lie. Does that make sense? Are you Japanese? No, Natalie. No, but you should definitely click that like button, subscribe. I'm surprised Sami Zayn won, and I heard a rumor he will lose on the first defense. Really, Cookie? Is that rumors going around? Let's pull up WWE rumors here. Again, guys, feel free to ask me any WWE questions at all whatsoever. Keep it short and read more comments. I will. Guys, make sure you don't spam. WWE hasn't been the same since Vince stopped clapping all the wrestlers. Yeah, so yeah. Vince leaving was sort of bad and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was... Vince leaving was bad. I miss Vince, but also... I like Triple H, though, too. The thing is, Triple H doesn't get enough credit, okay? I want Vince back as a character, that's it. I want him in the ring and so forth. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want, personally. I'm Pard. Definitely click that like button, subscribe. Feel free to ask me any WWE questions, guys. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any wrestling questions. I heard rumors about Zillow 2 has officially signed with WWE soon. I heard about that too. Yeah. I don't know, bro. The thing is, they have to build characters out of all these guys. Eventually. What's up, Christian? How's it going? Guys, again, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Make sure you subscribe as well and come back to my lives. 4 more likes until 40 likes, guys. 4 more likes until 40 likes, so click that like button, definitely, if you're new here. R-Truth is 54 years old, and he held 68 championships in major promotions during his career. Really, Kiwi? I did not know that. Thank you so much for saying that. What's up, Christian? Do you think Finn Balor is underrated? I think Demon Finn Balor is underrated. Guys, make sure you guys don't spam, okay? Who let Lil Yachty be a cheerleader these days? Dude, yeah, for real. They're doing a little too much with Lil Yachty. Honestly, I like him, though, next to Trick, though. He's cool with Trick Williams. I like Trick Williams in general, so yeah, Trick Williams is cool. That's just my opinion. Guys, 2 more likes until 40 likes, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button and subscribe. And come back in my lives. Bobo, definitely click that like button, subscribe, by the way. Demon Finn Balor was peak. Yeah, thoughts on Roman Reigns getting released today? He did not get released today. That's not true. Johnny, why are you spreading misinformation like that, Johnny? That's funny though. If you have any more serious WWE questions, feel free to ask me. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Make sure to click that like button and subscribe. And if you really support, turn on notifications. How you do that is go to my profile, click that notification bell, and then click all. Yo, what's up, guys? Feel free to ask me any WWE questions at all. What events and year did Joey Mercury suffer his face injuries from? What event and year did Joey Mercury suffer his face injury from the ladder? I am not sure, A100. Would you like to tell me, A100? I really do appreciate the question. Feel free to tell me, A100. Tell me the answer, and feel free to ask anything else. Click that like button, subscribe. That's what's up, Christian. Who's your favorite wrestler? CM Punk, for sure. CM Punk, for sure, NY. NY, for sure. CM Punk, for sure. Click that like button, subscribe, NY, if you're new here. And guys, come back to my lives as well. I do all sorts of lives. I'm a WWE fan. I'm a UFC fan, and so forth. Again, guys, if you're new here, click that like button, subscribe, and come back to my lives. And if you guys really want to support me, go to my profile, click the notification bell, and then click all. That way you know when my live streams are. I'm a big WWE fan. I'm a big UFC fan, and so forth. So come on my live, show support. And sometimes I just vent on here as well. I struggle with big mommy issues and whatnot. I got issues with my mom and so forth. So if you want to be here for me on those, click the like button and definitely subscribe. I low key crack Alexa. I feel that, John. John, I feel that. John, definitely. What do you mean low key, bro? What do you mean low key, John? John, click that like button, subscribe. Feel free to ask me anything questions. I pretend Liv and Rhea were kissing my action figure. Oh God, that's terrible. Oh God, bro's creating lesbian sex with action figures, bro. That's what's up, though, Cookie. I'm proud of you. That's what's up. Oh, that's funny. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. And make sure to click that like button as well. WWE trash right now. I disagree. I disagree. Rapport, why do you think WWE is trash? What's up, Multiverse Shadows? How's it going? Guys, again, if you're new here, click that like button, subscribe, and come back to my lives. I react to, I'm taking any WWE questions. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, so feel free to ask me any WWE questions at all whatsoever. This is what this live's about. It's ironic that Punk looks 70, yet is the best shape of his career. I've never seen Punk look as big and as toned as he is now. You think so, bro? I don't know about that, man. Maybe. To me, I'm just scared. Like, I just don't want him to wrestle that much because he could get injured easily. He definitely looks bigger for sure. What's up, FNY? Do you like Chris Barnett? No. How did you feel about the Shield split? Mike, that's a great question. I'm sad about the Shield split, and I'm sad that they released Dean Ambrose. I'm really sad that they released Dean Ambrose. I want Dean Ambrose to come back to the WWE. I really, really do. I really, 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 really do, Mike. Mike, I appreciate that question. Feel free to ask me any other questions. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Huge pro wrestling fan. Guys, we're 1 like away from 40 likes, guys. So if you haven't clicked that like button already, feel free to click that like button and also subscribe and come back on my lives. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate you. Is there a stream delay? No. So yeah, I'm just scrolling through the questions, guys. So just be patient if I haven't gotten to your question yet. I'm scrolling through the questions. So I just want to make sure I'm going to get every question. What's your favorite WWE superstar? CM Punk for sure. What's up, Michael Jackson? Thank you, Nick. Chris Barnes' GOAT. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. My favorite wrestler besides Penta is CM Punk. Yeah, Penta's cool too. Penta's cool too. Have you ever watched Scooby-Doo WWE animation? Yes, of course I watched the WWE Scooby-Doo animation. I grew up watching that movie, bro. I still have the DVD, I believe. I still have the DVD. It's sick, bro. Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. I definitely love it. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love that film, bro. The Scooby Doo WWE thing was awesome. WWE City, they had WWE City in that. They had WWE City. It was great. It was great. Scooby Doo. Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you? You've got somewhere to go now. Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you? You got somewhere to go now. I love that. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. This is a WWE live stream, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Even if you don't know that much, feel free to ask me anything if you're new, and so forth. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Latest WWE movie? Wait, latest? I don't know. What was it, DJ? Do you know? Hey, can I? Listen, Cool Void, don't mute. You don't have to mute hate messages. Okay, you don't have to mute hate messages. Honestly, just don't do anything right now. I'll mute them if I need to. Okay. I pretend live in Rio. Yeah, Cookie, you told me this. You told me this. What's your finishing move? The RKO for sure. The RKO must hurt to do though. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything about WWE. RKO, yes, sir, DJ. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so this is what this live's about. So feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Click that like button too. We're 4 likes away from 145, or not 145, but 45 likes. And make sure you guys subscribe and come back on these lives. I love doing these lives. Kofi is released. Yes, Kofi Kingston got released. You didn't know that? Yeah, so Kofi got released along with Xavier Woods, along with Stephanie, along with other wrestlers as well. It's sad, bro. It's fucked up, bro. I hate when they cut people. It's messed up. I started watching WWE because of the game. Same. Me too. Yeah, I started playing the games first before I got into WWE. So, yeah, that for me too, honestly. Hi, back from yesterday's live, but I'm not able to say got you. Thank you so much. Make sure you click that like button for sure. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. When Roman Reigns gets released, that's when I quit watching WWE. He's never going to get released. There's no way. Dude, Vince McMahon literally loved Roman Reigns, bro. Remember that whole thing? That's why a lot of people booed Roman Reigns, and that's the reason why Roman Reigns turned heel. Because remember, Vince McMahon literally, there was rumors coming out that he wanted Vince backstage that Vince wanted to build Roman as the next John Cena and so forth. Like he sees him as the next John Cena, and he wants him to main event WrestleMania 4 times in a row. Literally, that's what he said backstage. Those were the rumors that were coming out, and so everybody was upset, and so basically they booed the heck out of him and forced him to turn heel and whatnot. And yeah, that's crazy, bro. But it happened, bro. He literally has main evented so many WrestleManias, bro. It's crazy. I think Sammy won because it's his home country or where his family is from. I agree. Would you rather get a stink face from Rikishi? Bro, don't ask that quick. Rikishi or drop from Izuka? I'm not sure. Roman versus Sheamus, and if Roman lost, he got released. Oh shoot, dude, Sheamus. I love Sheamus too. I love Sheamus as well. Did you watch the match between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins? Yes, Jordan. Of course I did. Of course I did, Jordan. That was a great match. Click, Jordan, if you're new here, click that like button, subscribe, and definitely come back. And feel free to ask me any other questions, Jordan. I really do appreciate you being here. Does WWE underrate Africa? I don't know. Wait, have they been to Africa before? Probably not, right? Would you rather get a stink face or Devil's just Devil's Kiss, probably. What's up, Stephanie? How's it going? Stephanie, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Definitely click that like button. Um, Again, guys, feel free to, Stephanie, this live is about WWE, so feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I don't know if you're curious about WWE or you know anything about WWE, but definitely feel free to ask me any questions or tell me any comment on WWE any way you like. Appreciate you being back for sure. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about pro wrestling at all. Huge WWE fan here. Again, guys, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Make sure you guys click that like button, subscribe if you're new. We're 5 likes away from 50 likes, guys. 5 likes away from 50 likes, so make sure to click that like button if you haven't already. And subscribe and come back on my lives. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Matt Hardy says Bray Wyatt wanted to bring TNA rivals the Righteous into WWE. That's crazy. Yes, if you're a fan of WWE, definitely click that like button and subscribe. WWE, I've been watching the fights going on with the women's basketball while... Oh, for real? Stephanie, I didn't know that was happening. Which would be the first most probably country in Africa to host the event for the first time ever in history? I don't know which country in Africa would be there. Do they have a lot of Africa stadiums? I bet you there's a lot. I don't know much about Africa. Anyone on Xbox for WWE 2K26? James Smith, I don't have WWE 2K26, but definitely click that like button and subscribe. What was the worst release in WWE? Probably Dean Ambrose. That comes to mind first. Who's your favorite wrestler? Definitely CM Punk. And why? And why? Thank you for so much for staying here. And feel free to ask me any other questions. Sami Zayn, bruh. I know Gray. I know Gray. Sami Zayn winning was awesome. Great. Definitely click that like button, subscribe, and feel free to ask me any other questions about WWE. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Because I think the steak face is easier to take than Devil's Kiss. I'm not sure. That's what's up, Stephanie. Cody should have retained. I don't know. I feel like it's good that they gave it to Sammy. He's deserved a push for a long time now. My ride or die fans. That's funny. Remember the ride and die fans thing? That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Extreme Rules versus Randy. Bro, I want Extreme Rules to come back. I really want Extreme Rules to come back. I wonder what draws you to WWE. I'm big into niche things, but I can't get into staging. Just not the drama or combat guy. Just curious what indulged you about it. Thank you for the question, Quali. Yeah, so sorry for if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Quali. So yeah, what draws me to it is the entertainment aspect, definitely. The storylines. It's fun. It's like a live theater, you know, it's a live movie, basically. So that's what draws me to it, you know, a bunch of characters and a bunch of talent too. These guys are really, really talented, you know. These guys literally have to make like a movie in front of 20,000 people in an arena and with millions watching around the world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's pretty surprising. So that's what draws me to WWE. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Again, guys, 3 more likes until 50 likes. 3 more likes until 50 likes. So if you haven't liked already, click that like button and subscribe. When I was stationed in the Middle East, the Arabs love WWE. It brings people together. Hard right. That's sick. Thank you so much for sharing that. See, when you were stationed in the Middle East, The Arabs love WWE. It brings people together. That's awesome, Hard Right. Hard Right, you should definitely click that like button, subscribe, and feel free to ask me anything about WWE, Hard Right. I really do appreciate you coming on here and sharing that. That's awesome. Really do appreciate you coming on here and sharing that. And so forth. For sure. For sure. And again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, any questions you have at all. What do you think about Undertaker retiring? He should have, Jordan, he was getting old and stuff, so I understand. Jordan, I appreciate the question. Feel free to ask me any other question, Jordan. Jordan, I really do appreciate you asking me more questions, so definitely click that like button, subscribe, and come back in my lives. Which one do you think more, the Devil's Kiss, Riptide, or Twisted Bliss? Twisted Bliss. I love Alexa. Alexa's cool. The Ratia family have given so much to WWE. IRS is dad of Bray and Bo Dallas. Dude, I know they got cut, Kiwi. The whole Wyatt Six got cut. Crazy, bro. I can't believe they did that crap. Dude, they literally they were teasing the Wyatt Six this whole time, right? They were teasing the Wyatt Six this whole time. And they finally like bring them back and stuff, and like I don't understand, bro. They gave the Wyatt Six a huge push, and then they just got rid of them they literally created them for nothing. I have WWE 18. That's what's up. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. WWE does bring people together. That's why Trump had it at the White House. Exactly. Well, I mean, I don't think he had WWE at the White House, but he had UFC at the White House. My son is in the military now, but we got all his WWE autographs and Premierlia safe tuck away. That's sick. What kind of autographs do you have? What kind of autographs, Hard Right? That's awesome. Who's your son's favorite wrestler? Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anime fan, welcome back. How's it going? Thank you so much for being here. Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. And guys, subscribe if you're new and click that like button as well. Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Does Brazil have a superstar WWE? Do they, DJ? I'm not sure if they do. I don't think there's one noticeable to point out. But they should. They should. I bet Brazil loves WWE. Guys, again, if you're new here, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about pro wrestling in general. Huge fan of WWE, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE and hit that like button as well. Who's your favorite wrestler from the 90s or early 2000s wrestler? From the 90s? Dude, I wasn't alive then, so I don't know. I don't know. Who was there? Can I say Steve Austin or The Rock? I would say. I'm not sure. But yeah, Insider, thank you so much for that question. Feel free to ask me any other question, Insider, and definitely click that like button and subscribe. What's up, Ginger? Again, guys, this live is about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything. If you're new to WWE or if you're just curious about WWE, feel free to ask me any question about pro wrestling and WWE. All right, guys? I'm so glad Sammy won. Yes, the Mackie Wilson, exactly. Me too. Me too. Do you think that Hulk Hogan's career was good, and why do you think it was good? Yeah, I think, well, obviously, I think Hulk Hogan's career was great. I think Hulk Hogan's career was great. You know, there were the racist allegations and stuff like that, or there was some racist comments and whatnot, and I'm so glad, I'm so happy that WWE actually gave him his flowers. They actually gave him his flowers. They rung the bell like every show in his honor and had everyone stand out on stage like for 4 weeks in a row. I am so happy they did that because it shows that they have a heart and that they could forgive and whatnot. Yeah. Hulk Hogan has done way more good than he has bad, for sure, and stuff. And I'm so glad that, dude, I got so emotional with that. I can't believe he's dead, bro. I can't believe he's dead. Do you think Sheamus returns and he goes after Penta? I hope so, dude. I love Sheamus. I wish Sheamus would. Yeah, I love Sheamus, bro. Sheamus is awesome. Yeah, Insider, I agree. I agree, Insider. He's done way more good than he has bad. Just curious, why do you choose WWE over contact sports like boxing or MMA? No, I love MMA as well. I'm a big UFC fan. I'm just a WWE fan as well, you know? We got Randy Odo, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler's, and Adam Rose's autograph. That's so sick, hard right? Randy Orton's, that's dope. That's dope. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Do you think Curry has enough protein to keep on and WWE player active? Do I think Curry does? Curry's like noodles, right? Mini, that's like noodles, right? What's up, guys? Guys, again, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. Even if you're not a fan of WWE, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. What's your favorite WWE move? The RKO, probably, or the pedigree. Have you watched Hulk Hogan movies? I have not. I have yet to watch the documentary on Hulk Hogan on Netflix. They have one on Netflix about him, but yeah, guys, we're 3 likes away from 55 likes. We're 3 likes away from 55 likes. So make sure to click that like button if you haven't already, and also subscribe if you're new. Can women do WWE? 100%, Mimi. I appreciate the questions, Mimi. You should definitely subscribe and come back on my lives. And feel free to ask me any other questions. Yeah, they do WWE. They're very talented. Who's your favorite wrestler? Definitely CM Punk, technically Purple. Technically Purple, I really do appreciate the question. Feel free to ask me any other ones, and definitely click that like button and subscribe. Ask me any other questions. Again, guys, I am a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything at all about WWE. Huge fan here, even if you're just curious about WWE or want to know more or so forth. Did he get injured? I think he did. I think I did hear about that, Mackie. I think Sheamus did get injured. Yeah. I forgot my son's favorite guy, but I know he bounced between WCW and WWE. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I gotta watch more WCW content for sure. For sure. What's up, Cookie? How's it going? Cookie, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I don't know if you're a WWE fan, but if you're just curious about it, this is what this live's about. I love your profile picture, Cookie. You should definitely click that like button, subscribe, come back to my lives if you're new here. Favorite WWE theme? That's a good question. That's a great question. My favorite WWE theme. I would say Cult's personality, CM Punk's cult personality for sure, but also Triple H time to play the game. And then there's The Miz came to play. The Miz came to play theme song is great. And then what else? Christian's theme song is good. Remember, like Christian, Edge's brother, for sure. I like that theme song as well. Those were good. Yeah, guys, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Are straight people allowed to watch WWE? Yes, absolutely. What kind of question is that? Yeah, absolutely. There's most of them are straight. Name of Hulk Hogan documentary? I don't know. It's on Netflix. It's popular on Netflix right now, DJ. I'm your subscriber. That's what's up. HS, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Any questions at all. WWE is so fake. It's not fake. It's scripted. Okay, it's scripted. HS, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. WWE is fake, but it is entertaining. Exactly. That's why people watch it. That's why people watch it. Cody Rhodes song. Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes song is pretty good too. I must admit. Have you ever went to a WrestleMania event? No, bro. I haven't, bro. I need to. I need to go to a WrestleMania event. I've been wanting to so bad. Dude, for some reason, I feel like my first WrestleMania is going to be in London. Speaking of which, if you guys want to support the channel, my Venmo is in my link in bio. So feel free if you want to support, click that like button and also subscribe as well. No, but I haven't. I want to though, DJ. I don't really watch it. I have been to a match though, but I couldn't tell you who was wrestling. That's understandable, Stephanie. Who used to be your favorite wrestler? Do you miss Big E? 100%. I wish Big E would return. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Gunther's theme sounds like a shark attacking for real, Mackie Wilson. Someone said that the other day in the live. I'm going to this Raw. Wait, you're going to Raw next? You're going to Raw literally tomorrow? Is what you're saying? I've been asking everybody on if they like WWE. You have Ryan? Yeah, I love WWE. Ryan, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. The Boogeyman, I missed the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman was pretty cool. How old is the Boogeyman? I've been to 2 WrestleManias. Oh, which one's cool, Void? That too. That's were in New Orleans. Oh, the 2 that were in New Orleans or WrestleMania. Dude, you saw Brock Lesnar defeat Brock. You saw Brock Lesnar defeat the streak of Undertaker. Do you miss the Boogeyman? I do. I do. Yeah, Gunther's theme is awesome. Did you see Eric Andre's WWE appearances for his movie promotion? They were was funny, awesome. No, I did not. Who's Eric Andre? Who's Eric Andre? I feel really like a casual. You could go to WWE Evolve for like $100 for one person. That's sick, Mackie. I went to WWE Raws. That's awesome, Ryan. Heck yeah. You should definitely click that like button, subscribe, and come back to my lives. And feel free to ask me any WWE questions. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Do you think the Boogeyman or Ryback could return? Well, Ryback is a freaking angry roid head right now. Ryback is like... Ryback has been... Yeah, I don't know. Ryback really made it unlikely for him to get back into WWE, unfortunately. So I don't think Ryback could return, but definitely the Boogeyman. I would love to see the Boogeyman. Who's your favorite wrestler? CM Punk, CJ. Appreciate the question, CJ. Definitely click that like button and subscribe if you're new. He's a comedian. You should check him out. Oh, that's what's up. Any popular female WWE wrestlers you know? Yes, Liv Morgan. Also, Brie Bella is still there, and also Paige. Paige is back. I can't believe Paige is back. She's bad. And then Rhea Ripley as well. Minnie, if you're new here, definitely subscribe. Come back on my lives. How much are tickets for those events? Like, it's $100 for the nosebleeds, midnight, and so forth. Midnight, feel free to ask me any other questions. Who's the best and worst wrestler? The best wrestler right now is CM Punk for me. The worst, El Grande Americano. I hope Chris Jericho returns. Dude, that would be so sick. I love Chris Jericho. Although I feel like they're gonna pay like, hey, hi man, what's up, Alt? How you doing, Alt? I love your profile picture. You should definitely click that like button and subscribe. Love people who like anime. Definitely click that like button and subscribe, guys, if you're new. How do you feel about the similarities between Rhea and Shanae's storylines? Yeah, so Shanae's like is wasn't that another goth wrestler? You mean Astra? That's another goth wrestler that was an older wrestler, right? I don't know if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, Astra, but please confirm. Astra, I appreciate you asking me that. Click that like button, subscribe, guys. We're 4 likes away from 60 likes. 4 likes away from 60 likes. Who's your favorite track on WWE? Oh, what's your favorite track? Oh, dude. Okay, all right. So my favorite WWE PLE theme song is Extreme Rules, I believe. Was it 2015, 2016? It's by the Fallout Boys. What is it called? What is it called? Irresistible, I think it is. Yes, Irresistible. It's called Irresistible. I love that song. You guys remember that song? Choose a number between 0 and 10. 9. I hope Barnett returns. Lewis, he's not. Lewis, you should feel free to ask me any other questions about WWE. Click that like button as well. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Do you like Trick Shot? Yeah, I love Trick Shot. Can women fight men in WWE? No, not anymore. They used to do that, Benny, though. I hope Rikishi returns, and I think he will at SummerSlam. Rikishi's dead, I'm pretty sure. Ryan, but that's funny. Ryan, feel free to ask me any other question. Lewis Barnett is dead, bro. Buddy Matthews is one of the luckiest guys in wrestling. His GF was Alexa Bliss. Then he married Rhea. Wait, for real? Wait, did he actually? He was with Alexa Bliss? Are you serious? Did he actually date Alexa Bliss? Bro, what the fuck? That's crazy. I did not know that. I know he's married to Rhea. That's crazy. What's up, guys? What's up, Daniel? Guys, again, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm ordering an Outsiders NWO Outsiders shirt. That's what's up, Toppers. Toppers, what's up? Welcome back. Click that like button and subscribe. I think you already been here before. She wasn't in a person class of WWE. She was in her own class. She fought all of them. Cynthia was seriously the OG, and she paved the way for all-time stars. Now that's what's up, Astra. That's sick. That's awesome. Astra, who's your favorite wrestler, by the way? I have WWE 2K26. That's what's up, Ryan. Damn, bro. Sick look, bro. Long hair, badass goatee. Homie built like Seth Rollins for real. Thank you, Skippy. Skippy, I appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe and come back to my lives and click that like button as well. Skippy, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I appreciate that. And who's your favorite tag team and why? The Miz and R-Truth. The Miz and R-Truth, because that's when I started watching, and they were a good tag team. The Miz and R-Truth, for sure. Legendary tag team. My tag team is this in their prime? That's sick. What was your favorite WrestleMania? Dude, honestly, I'm going to say WrestleMania 33, probably. WrestleMania 33, for sure. Because the stage set was awesome. The stage set was awesome. Everything was awesome. And WrestleMania 28, for sure. WWE 2K22 was one of the best. I still play it weekly with the homies. We play Royal Rumble, and I tried to jank the game using custom characters like Batman and shit. Newer ones lost like Jacob. Dude, that's sick, Skippy. I feel that. I sub. Thank you, Outsider Wire. Outsider Wire, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. We're 2 likes away from 60 likes, guys. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I googled it. It said Rikishi still have a 60-year-old, and he is still going. He's still alive. Oh, bro, are you serious? Yeah. Well, I don't think he's gonna return. I think he has his own school. Oh yeah, he has his own school. I remember that. He does have his own school. Oh, let me get the massage. And again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. What do you think about Sammy winning the championship? I think it's great. I think Sammy winning the championship is good. Jaden, definitely click that like button and subscribe. And come back to my lives. Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. We reached 60 likes. Let's go. Get the joints loose. My favorites are Undertaker. My favorites are Undertaker, hands down. He's number 1. At number 2, we have Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and number 3, I'd have to say Eddie. May rest in peace. That's awesome. Yes, Undertaker is awesome. Undertaker, Stone Cold for sure is awesome. Astra, how long have you been watching WWE for? Mine is WrestleMania 40. Really? Why is yours WrestleMania 40? That's an interesting take or pick, CJ. The one where the curb stomp into the RKO happened. Oh, yes, WrestleMania 31. I remember that. That was a good WrestleMania too. I love that one as well. That was a good WrestleMania too. I agree. That was a good WrestleMania as well. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything. What do you think about Danhausen in the wrestler? Dan House or Danhausen? I like Danhausen for sure. I don't know who Dan House is. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Do you know anything about the Wild Samoans? No. Jordan, tell me more about that. There's some there's thumbtacks and there's a ragdoll fix in 2K26. Is there actually thumbtacks, Ryan? That's crazy. There's a bit. Oh, okay. I thought it was a WWE thing. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Do not spam, please, guys. Do you remember Booker T? Yes, Booker T was awesome. Booker T is awesome. Okay, let me just mute this person. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE because whenever Undertaker returned, I popped out of my seat. Yeah, dude, I get that. Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did return, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy. I've been watching WWE since 2005, but I was fortunate to have a nerdy dad who had watched it even before it was WWE, like in the 90s and stuff. Do you know what WWE was called before it was WWE? Yes, WWF. WWF for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Your dad watched it too? That's sick. Do you like Obafemi? I like Obafemi. Why do you hate Obafemi? You know who I don't like is Javon Evans. I don't like Javon Evans for some reason. Ryan, do you know who Javon Evans is, Ryan? Hey guys, feel free to ask me about anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. What's up, D? How's it going? Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan. This is a WWE fan stream, and I'm asking people to ask me anything about pro wrestling at all. If you're just curious about it, or even if you don't know that much about it, or if you're a fan yourself, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. And also click that like button and subscribe. I feel like Braun Breaker should be the only one using the spear. You and why or why not? Braun Breaker uses the spear, but what about Roman? What about Roman, Jordan? That's Roman basically made the spear great. Is Matt Riddle still in the WWE? D Rocco, no, he's not. D Rocco, he is not still in the WWE. He got released because of some mental health episode or something. D Rocco, you should definitely subscribe and come back on my lives, guys. And you should subscribe and come back on my lives. Click that like button as well. D Rocco, feel free to ask me anything about WWE, any other questions. Rey Mysterio never turned heel. Yeah, okay. Guys, stop the spam. Let me time this person out. Yes, you actually knew what it was called. So cool. You definitely earned my sub. Thank you, Astra. I appreciate that. Do you watch Undertaker's podcast? Yeah, so I've heard of Undertaker's podcast. I think I've only watched a little bit of one. That's it. But yeah. WCW versus NWO World Tour was one of the best N64 games. Oh, for real? A2, that was a game? I didn't know. I wasn't alive back then. A2, that's sick. What was it like? A2, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe. Do you like Penta? Yeah, I love Penta. Penta's awesome for sure. I love his theme song too when he comes out. Jada, I don't know if you've subscribed already, but definitely click that like button, subscribe. Feel free to ask me any other questions. For sure. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. WCW was awesome, yes. How do you feel about Sammy winning the belt? I feel it's great. I think it's great. John Pierce, for sure. John Pierce, you were here the other day. I don't know if you were or not, but if you weren't, click that like button and subscribe for sure. My favorite wrestler is Hulk Hogan. What about you? I love Hulk Hogan. For sure, I love Hulk Hogan. Can you... Yeah, NWO was one of the best N64 games. That's up. So my favorite was Sting when he was colorful with the buzz cut. He was colorful at one point. Flash warning. That's cool that Sting was colorful with the buzz cut at one time. Flash, you should definitely subscribe. Come back on my lives. Click that like button as well, and feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Guys, we're 2 likes away from 65 likes. 2 likes away from 65 likes. So if you're new here, click that like button and subscribe. Orton was awesome. Are you watching NXT tonight? Good question. I will probably not be watching NXT. However, I will be watching. Wait, is it a pay-per-view today? I might be RYX. RYX, thank you for reminding me. And definitely click that like button, subscribe, RYX, and feel free to ask me any questions about WWE, okay? Any questions, RYX, and click that sub button as well. WrestleMania 2000 was fire. I remember that. I didn't watch it when I was live, but I remember going back and watching highlights. You definitely should do a deep dive. You should definitely do a deep dive into the podcast. He talks about so many things and sheds light on a lot of details for what it was like for them. Yeah, I know they said a lot of details. I do watch WWE podcasts, but I haven't really dig into his specifically. 2016 is when I started watching WWE. I didn't have a favorite wrestler, but once I seen Randy Orton, he was my favorite. Yes, Randy Orton is sick. Guys, again, please stop with the spam. Please do not spam again, guys. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all whatsoever. Do you know who Penta's brother is? No, I do not know who's Penta's brother. Who's his brother? Game Changer. I appreciate you telling me he had a brother. Game Changer, you should definitely hit that like button, subscribe. Tell me who his brother is. Do you like Division? I do like Division. I think Division's cool. We should also give Jeff Hardy a mention. He definitely is an icon too. Yeah, for sure. This is worth a sub. Thank you, RYX. I appreciate you. Hey, what's up, Monica? Feel free to ask me anything about WWE, Monica. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Welcome back, Monica, by the way. And click that like button as well. We're 1 like away from 65 likes, guys. So if you haven't already, click that like button as well. And also subscribe. S2, Sting was sick in NWO. I heard. So I've heard and stuff. I got to go watch his NWO, dude. For sure. S2, definitely click that like button, subscribe. So you've all said you like anime. What are some of your favorite? Mine's Nana. But I really want to focus on WWE in this stream. Really want to. Went ahead and liked when I was first arrived. But hi again. Thank you so much, Monica. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE, Monica. I don't like Obafemi thinking he's the best in the world. I don't know. I don't think he has that type of attitude. I feel like more Javon has that type of attitude. I'm more of a NWO DX fan, and I also like the kill. Yeah, dude, I love DX. I love DX for sure. Shout out for Kevin. Yes, Kevin Owens is sick. Who would you want to return to WWE? Definitely Dean Ambrose for sure. Dean Ambrose or Chris Jericho. Do you mean my top picks? For sure. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything WWE. Sting, Hollywood Hogan, Big Show, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. Dude, Hollywood Hogan was sick. Penta's brother is Ray Phoenix. Oh, Ray Phoenix. I've heard about that wrestler. For sure. That's sick. I didn't know that. Definitely click that like button and subscribe. For sure. Yeah, I did not know that. No, I do not. What can you tell me about that, Toppers? My favorite finisher is RKO. What about you? Yeah, mine too, for sure. For sure. All right, guys, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom here in a second. But yeah, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. 4 more likes to tell 70 likes, guys. 4 more likes. Feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I love doing these type of live streams. And guys, again, if you really do want to support me and you want to know when I go live, go to my profile, click the sub, and then there's this magical notification bell that appears. Click it, and then click all. I do stuff like UFC content, WWE content, political content sometimes. Even if you're not political, just come on there, show support, or if you want to criticize something about what I'm talking about. Or I do vent a lot as well. I do vent a lot, especially about my mom and so forth and whatnot, because I go through a lot and whatnot, and it's really bad. I hate when Hollywood Hogan turned heel and went to NWO. I heard of that happening, and I know a lot of people hate it. I stopped watching wrestling in 2000. Oh, did you actually, S2? It's crazy. Guys, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. We're 3 likes away from 70 likes. 3 likes away from 70 likes. Yo, can you beat Rey Mysterio in a bout? Absolutely, Bingo. No, I'm kidding. I probably can't. Bingo, feel free to ask me any other WWE questions. And make sure you click that like button, subscribe if you're new for sure. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all. What's up, Michael Jackson? Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and I would really like if you guys came up with questions about WWE for me after, so I could get back and answer some more. Again, guys, click that like button as well. We're 3 likes away from 70 likes, and I will be right back. Please stay on and feel free to ask me any questions at all. Thank you so much. All right, give me 1 second. All right, guys. Apparently, I got a bloody nose as well. I appreciate you guys being on here, but I got a bloody nose as well. Probably look ridiculous right now, but I'm trying to manage it. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So feel free to ask me anything about WWE. If you have any questions, again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Okay. To kill is the faction in the history of wrestling. What's your favorite signature? Mine's 619. RKO is for me. That the 619 is dope though. It is dope. Okay, I'm back. Who I got into it like 2023. Oh shoot, that's what's up. That's what's up for sure. If you were in WWE, who would you want to be your tag team partner? Good question. I'm gonna say CM Punk, because I love CM Punk and whatnot. But also I would feel like Seth Rollins maybe too. Seth Rollins and me would be pretty cool. I must say. I must say. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan. So feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I don't think it was that bad. I don't think that was yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I think it's Hulk Hogan who's the most famous. Yeah, I agree. The kill was DX and News before they were DX and NWO. Nice to know. You got allergies, big dog? You sound a little congested. I don't know. Bro, I've just been stressed out lately, to be honest with you. I've been stressed out, especially with my mom, and I'm on something called a conservatorship, guys. I have autism as well. I do autism lives as well, but I'm on something called conservatorship, where it means they deem you legally incompetent. they deem you legally incompetent and stuff, and they're trying to get me off of it to try to make me homeless to force me back on government assistance. And I've been telling them I don't want government assistance. I want to be able to save money. And I also do a lot of venting streams about this. So if you really would want to help, I would click the sub button, turn on notifications so you know when I go live for those type of lives, because I really do. I vent on here a lot and so forth. I also do have YouTube tweets. I post YouTube tweets and whatnot and so forth. So yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. Really do appreciate you guys. Okay, guys, I don't want this to get political. Thank you for asking about the allergies, though. If you were a WWE wrestler, who would be your enemy? Dude, that's a good question. Who would be my enemy if I was a WWE wrestler? I would want to be in a feud with Seth Rollins, honestly. I would want to be in a feud with Seth Rollins. I think we both sort of relate to each other, right? And also would just be a good feud. So, yeah. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE related. I'm a big WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything about WWE at all. Guys, 2 more likes until 70 likes. 2 more likes until 70 likes, so let's try to get there. Is John Cena the biggest of them all? For sure, I think. Michael Jackson, for sure. Michael Jackson, feel free to ask me any other ones and click that like button to sub as well. Did you watch the Steel Cage match at Night Champions? Absolutely. I love the Steel Cage match at Night Champions. What is your favorite group in WWE? Dude, honestly, you know what I'm liking? You guys know this new girl named JC Jane in the WWE? Dude, I love her. I love her. She's with Fatal Influence. Dude, she has a great character and she has a great look for the company for sure. I love her. You guys know JC Jane, the new girl who just got on the roster? She's amazing. Who's the biggest celebrity in WWE? Probably The Rock. Is Hulk Hogan the most famous wrestler? And I'm pretty sure. Well, I would say The Rock is the most favorite wrestler, but yeah, probably second would be Hulkster. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, whether you're curious about it or if you're new to WWE, feel free to ask me anything about it. Click that like button as well. We're 2 likes away from 70 likes, guys. 2 likes away from 70 likes. I do like Michael Jackson. I bet they have Michael Jackson in the WWE games for sure. Hey guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Is Hulk Hogan the coldest WWE wrestler? The oldest? I'm not sure about that. Well, he's dead. So yeah. So one day you are talking about how much you love Trump, and now you're talking about WWE. Yeah. So I do both. I love WWE. I love UFC, and I do some sort of politics. I consider myself an independent and whatnot. So yeah, I do a lot. But right now I want to really focus on WWE streams. So yeah. Again, guys, 2 likes until 70 likes, guys. If you're new here, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything about WWE at all. Huge WWE fan here, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all whatsoever. I'm a huge WWE fan. Huge WWE fan here. That's fantastic pieces because WWE and our government are just as important as one another. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. Who's the greatest wrestler of all time? Petty, thank you so much for that question. CM Punk, in my opinion, but if we're talking about of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin, probably, Petty. Petty, I really do appreciate that question. And make sure you click that like button, subscribe, come back on my lives and stuff. I really do appreciate you being here. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I am a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Do you think JB Vance is... Well, I'm not going to talk about politics right now and stuff. I'm a huge WWE fan. I'm a huge WPP. I don't know what that is, Jen. Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Michael Jackson once played in the WWE game as a WWE person. Really? That's awesome. The Undertaker Bro. The Undertaker Bro is great, Petty. That's another thing. Do you know what WWF means? Yes, World Wrestling Federation. Mankind is sick, Jin, as well. Jin, I don't know if you're new here, but you should definitely click that like button and subscribe. I think I remember you. Why did John Cena retire? I don't know, bro. I have a feeling he might come back. I have a feeling he might come back, to be honest. If you debuted in WWE, who would be your first matchup? Good question. Chad Gable. I'm going to say Chad Gable for sure. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. If you're into WWE as well, click that like button too and subscribe if you're new here. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Eddie Guerrero is the true GOAT. I agree. Dude, Eddie Guerrero is awesome. Yeah, boy, definitely click that like button and subscribe, and feel free to ask me anything about WWE. What does WWE stand for? World Wrestling Entertainment. Would Eddie Hall be a good wrestler in WWE? Wasn't Eddie Hall a wrestler? I'm confused. Wasn't Eddie Hall a wrestler? I love the Undertaker and Mankind going through the boiler room. Dude, Mankind is awesome too. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Give me 10 seconds. I'm going to get another tea. Click that like button, guys, and subscribe if you're new. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. No, it's not Worldwide Entertainment. It's World Wrestling Entertainment. Hey guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. What was your favorite drama in WWE? My favorite drama? Dude, AJ Lee caused a lot of drama. AJ Lee, when she was going around with everybody and stuff, she caused a lot of drama between Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Big E. Like, she caused a lot of drama. You guys remember that? Eddie Hall is the world's strongest man. Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I think it would be a good WWE wrestler. For sure, I think it would. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Make sure to click that like button and subscribe as well if you're new here. No, this tea is going to be good. This tea is going to be great. Again, guys, if you're a WWE fan, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Huge WWE fans, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Sorry, I'm not into WWE, but I'm still asking. Yeah, no, Michael, you're totally good. Even if you don't know about WWE, guys, just ask any questions if you're curious about it. You know, you're totally good, Michael. You're totally good. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all if you're into it or so forth, or even if you're not. What's up, Santana? You got any questions about WWE? Every love WWE. That's what's up, Gifting. Gifting, you should definitely subscribe and come back to my lives. Click that like button as well, Gifting, and tell me when you did. That'd be great. We're 2 likes away from 170 likes, so please click that like button and also subscribe. Are you a John Cena or Ric Flair? I know you play wrestling. Are you John Cena or Ric Flair? I don't know what you mean by that. If you're asking if I like who better, I would say Ric Flair. I love Ric Flair. Well, see, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe. 400. I don't know how much weight that is. Thank you, Gifton. I appreciate you. Yo, what's up, Scalp? How's it going? Scalp? Welcome back. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Again, guys, keep it WWE. Would you rather get lost to Amazon Ready for? I don't know, guys. I have a WWE shirt. What is it of? What is the WWE shirt? Who's it of? My bad, I'm back in. All good. Cool Void. Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. If you're a pro wrestling fan, or if you're not a pro wrestling fan and you're just curious about WWE, feel free to ask me anything. Anything at all. Anything at all. What's your favorite WWE title? Great question. Probably, I want to either say the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. I know they got rid of those belts or got rid of the Intercontinental Championship, but I like the Intercontinental Championship. I love the Intercontinental Championship. You look like Dominic Mysterio. You think so? Hey, I take that as a compliment. I appreciate that. Someone said I look like Seth Rollins earlier. Gethin, but feel free to ask me any WWE questions or give me your thoughts on WWE right as the current state. I like the undisputed WWE champ. That's what's up. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool, cool boy. Do you have a WWE shirt? Yeah, I've multiple. I've multiple CM Punk shirts. Bro, what did you think about that match with the triple threat? Dude, it was crazy. I'm glad Sammy won. Sammy, I said it on stream yesterday and stuff. I love that Sammy won. Sammy won. It was awesome. It was awesome. Guys, again, if you're new here, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me about WWE. Moxley is returned. He returned to AEW or what? Giffen. Which WWE wrestler you want on your back? What do you mean back? Like you mean like which WWE wrestler would I want to have my back? Probably Roman, honestly. Probably Roman. Mufasa Ali. Oh, I know who that is. Crazy Dutch. You should definitely click that like button, subscribe, and come back in my lives. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me about WWE. When do WWE have matches? Well, they have it every week. They have Friday Night SmackDown, which is on Fridays. They have show. They have literally Monday Night Raw, which is a show. And then they have PLEs on Saturdays usually. So, yeah, it's awesome. Shield is the best. I love the Shield. Mark Henry is a GOAT. Dude, Mark Henry is awesome, Aaron. Aaron Johnson, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe if you're new. Definitely click that like button and subscribe if you are new. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Even if you're just curious about it or so forth, click that like button and subscribe. Are you going to watch Forbidden Door? Oh, that is tonight. Electric Forbidden Door is tonight. I'm not sure. I probably will end up watching it, honestly. I probably will. Electric, I appreciate you reminding me for that. Electric, feel free to ask me any WWE questions or pro wrestling questions in general. Electric, definitely click that like button and subscribe. We're 1 like away from 70 likes. Electric Eel, definitely click that like button and subscribe and come back in my lives. Makes them back, and I'm on a VR. Oh, you're on a VR headset? That's awesome. Umbro, which VR headset do you have? Bro, I am thinking that Oba Femi would go after Roman Reigns' title to gain more recognition. Yeah, I think Oba and him going after Roman would be good, to be honest with you, Scalp. Yeah, I would like to see that matchup at SummerSlam. Aw, that's awesome that you're with your dog. In 2001, John Cena roasted Eminem. Yes, I saw that clip. He was Slim Shady then, right? I think he was named Slim Shady then. I did see that clip, though. I know exactly what you're talking about, for sure. I know exactly what you're talking about. Guys, again, if you're new here, make sure to click that like button, subscribe, and come back in my lives. Make sure to click that like button and subscribe and come back in my lives. Yeah, guys, click that like button and feel free to come back on my lives. Click that like button and feel free to come back on my lives. And click that sub button as well. Feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any WWE questions at all. We reached 70 likes. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, George? Guys, again, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Any questions you have at all about WWE. WWE is awesome. Love WWE. Love WWE. Love WWE. 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 Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. What's Barnett's greatest match? I haven't really watched much of Barnett. Got you, Michael. Definitely click that like button and subscribe. If you could get punched by one wrestler, which would it be? Brock Lesnar. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That would be scary. I'm scared that Roman is going to lose against Oba. I think they'll have Roman win, to be honest with you. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. This is what this live's about. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE, whether you're just curious about WWE or if you're new to WWE or just want to know more about it or you're a fan yourself. And make sure you guys click that like button and subscribe and come back on my lives. We're 5 likes away from 100, or we're 5 likes away from 75 likes, so make sure to click that like button as well. WWE, yes, Damien, just definitely click that like button and subscribe. Stone Cold Steve Austin is good as well. Yeah, I love Stone Cold, Aaron. I love Stone Cold as well. But also, bro, I'm thinking that Sami Zayn would return to the bloodline with the title for protection, and also it would also make the bloodline more stronger. Yeah. Whoa, wait, but no, I don't want Sami Zayn to return to the bloodline. Honestly, I don't want Sami to return to the bloodline. I don't know, bro. I remember Sami was a part of it, but I want him to go on his own now. You know, I really do want him to go on his own and so forth. I think that's better. But yeah, I get what you're saying, though, Scout. You think that? I get what you're saying for sure. Scout, you should ask me more questions if you want. Is there kids wrestling? No. I don't know what you mean by kids wrestling. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE if you have any questions or so forth. Got you, Michael. Thank you so much for coming here. Make sure to turn on notifications as well. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you for coming. Again, guys, if you're new here, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. If you're new here, feel free to ask me any WWE questions at all, if you have any. Yeah, guys, feel free to ask me any WWE questions if you have any. Bro, if he goes his own, he would lose the title very quickly. No, they could give him a title run. They could do that. Yes, the real Solo. I do remember you. Feel free to ask me any WWE questions, guys. If you're new here, feel free to ask me anything about WWE, anything you know about WWE. Ugh. Brock Lesnar would be good. Jay, how are you doing? How are you doing? Is Khabib still in WWE? No, Khabib's in UFC, bro. Which I do content on as well, but Khabib's in UFC. Guys, we're 5 more likes away from 75. If you haven't clicked that like button, definitely do. Donald Trump is one of the only WWE Hall of Famer who has a signature finisher where he doesn't have to step into the ring at all. He simply points at someone and says, "You're fired." Damien, that's funny. Damien, that's funny for real. Yeah, Donald Trump in the WWE was sick. It was sick. He was sick in the WWE for sure. Donald Trump was awesome in the WWE. I want him back in the WWE. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so this is what this stream's about. I'm asking anybody to ask me anything about WWE if they're just curious about it, or if they're a WWE fan themselves. Feel free to ask me anything. And guys, make sure to click that like button and subscribe. Damien, that was funny. Damien, you've been here before, right? Oba and Brock SummerSlam match. Yes, Jay, I agree. They should do that. Jay, I don't know if you're new here, but definitely click that like button as well. And and subscribe. Trump was in the WWE. Yes, he had a rivalry with Vince McMahon. You should go look up the old promos. He had a rivalry with Vince McMahon. What do you think about Japanese wrestlers? Dude, they're really good. Yeah, Japanese wrestlers are super, super, super good. They're really, really good, and I feel like they should deserve more praise. Thank you for asking that question, and you should definitely subscribe and feel like to and ask me any more wrestling questions or pro wrestling questions in general. We're 4 likes away from 75 likes, guys. 4 likes away from 75 likes. So if you're new here, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. If you're new here, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE at all whatsoever. That's what this live's about. If you're just a new WWE fan or if you want to know more about it, feel free to ask me any questions at all. And make sure you guys click that like button as well. There's no way Sammy would hold the title for long. He needs protection, and the bloodline could assist him. Yeah, I don't know. If the WWE really wants him to have a long title run, they could have him have a long title run. It's all up to the WWE how they want to make him look, you know. Sami Zayn won the belt. Exactly, John. John, if you're new here, definitely click that like button, subscribe. I do WWE lives a lot, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, John. Yeah, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. If you're here, feel free to ask me anything. Do you stream at night also? Yes, sometimes I do. So yeah, I do Trump content. I do like Trump support content. Even if you don't support Trump, you could still come on my lives and you could, debate or ask me anything about Trump, why I support Trump. And sometimes I change my politics a little bit. Or you could also watch my WWE streams and UFC streams. And if you just want to show support on all my streams, just click that notification bell. How you do that is you go to my profile, you click the notification bell, and then you click all. So yeah, thoughts on Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes is awesome. I love Cody Rhodes. Boo. Boo, you should definitely subscribe and click that like button. And ask me any more questions, Boof. Ask me any other questions. I like WWE. That's what's up, Moon. Yes, Moon. Definitely click that like button and subscribe if you like WWE. And also, Boof, tell me if you subscribed as well. And come back on my lives. I do all sorts of lives, but I love WWE. Who's your favorite diva? AJ. AJ or Liv Morgan? TY. TY, great question, man. TY, you should definitely click that like button and sub as well. Thank you so much for the question. And tell me if you subbed. Let me know if you subbed as well. And if you guys really want to support, once you subscribe, you can turn on the notification bell so you know when all my lives are. How you do that is you go to my profile, you click the notification bell, then you click all. Man, I am really scared that Obafemi would choose Roman Reigns. On the other hand, Roman has the Usos, and he is a Samoan werewolf. Exactly. Yeah, they might save him in the Obafemi match. What's WWE? It's World Wrestling Entertainment. It's pro wrestling, wrestling in the ring and so forth. It's a Trump flag. It's a Trump flag. And guys, again, if you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe and come back to my lives. Click that like button as well and come back. We're 1 like away from 75 likes. What's up, Kiro? Kiro, I love your profile pic, Kiro. I love it. Kiro, you should definitely click that like button, subscribe. I love anime as well. Love anime as well. I do all sorts of streams, Kiro. So you should definitely click that like button to subscribe and come back on my lives as well. I do all sorts of streams, and would love to see you here. I love anime pictures. I love it. I love it. I thought it was cool when John Cena got marked by Brock Lesnar or murked by Brock Lesnar. Oh, I remember SummerSlam 2013, I think that was, or 2014, I believe. Boof, I remember that. Is Baron Corbin coming back as the Lone Wolf? Bro, I hope so. I hope Baron Corbin returns for sure, John. I love Baron Corbin. New subscriber. Thank you, TY. Appreciate you. Do you support femmos like the homie Carrera? Look, I'm a Trump supporter, but I am in stance with the LGBTQ community. I only have a problem with the T part, okay? I am sort of a little bit transphobic, but there's a lot of conservators out there who are lesbian gay too as well, you know? Yeah, so we 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 need cool dudes like you. That's what's up. Sleep. Thank you. Sleep. Definitely click that like button, subscribe, come back to my lives. Can you give me a shout out to my friend Fred? I don't know who your friend is. I don't know who Fred is. Guys, again, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Make sure you guys click that like button and subscribe as well if you're new here. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE and so forth. I'm going to be here for another 15 minutes so please stay on here. And even if you have another question, just ask it. Ask any WWE question that comes to your mind or any WWE thoughts as well. I don't need mods right now. No, I don't need mods. Who's Bill DeMont? Who's that? Is that a wrestler? That's not a wrestler, is it? That's cool. Cool Vaughn, ask any question. I'm about to be here for another 15 minutes so feel free to ask me any questions, guys, at all you guys have about WWE. Wrestler in the past, then he was coach for NXT before he had allegations. Oh, what allegations, 2-1? 2-1, thank you for letting me know that. What allegations did he have, though? 2-1, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe, though, for sure. Thoughts on Jeff Hardy jumping off the hook at the Judgment Day or Backlash? Not sure which one was the two. What do you mean the hook? He didn't really interact with the Judgment Day, I don't think, Frank. Frank, I thank you for the question, though, and feel free to ask me any other question about WWE. Make sure you click that like button and subscribe as well, Frank, for sure. Love your profile pic, Frank, by the way, and tell me if you did sub, okay? If you subbed and like. Wrestling back in the day was way better. Yeah, I get it. I get why people think that. It was definitely cool back in the day as well. Billy, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe as well. Tell me if you did. Again, guys, if you're new here, definitely subscribe and come back to my lives. Click that like button as well. I do these type of lives a lot. I also do Trump support streams. I also do UFC streams as well, and I do venting streams. I do vent a lot and so forth. I vent about my mom and whatnot. I do have mommy issues and so forth, so I talk about stuff that I go through with her. And I really want sympathetic people to subscribe and come back in my lives as well. So again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. If you're new here, definitely click that like button and sub. Right now, this stream is about WWE strictly, so feel free to ask me any question you have about WWE. If you're just curious about pro wrestling in general or so forth. We are 1 like away from 75 likes, guys. So click that like button. We are 1 like away from 75 likes. Remember when Edge was in the Judgment Day? Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that. John Cena or The Undertaker? I'm going to have to pick John Cena, Bora. I'm sorry. I know I love The Undertaker too, but I'm gonna have to pick John Cena, Bora. Bora, definitely click that like button and sub. I was going to sub, then you said Trump. Well, Ken, you don't have to support Trump. Look, I try to keep politics out of this. You know, I have a political streams that I do and stuff, but you don't have to watch that, or you could criticize me on that. You know, whatever politics you are, left or right and stuff like that, I really don't care. Sometimes I switch and so forth. So, Ken, just so you know. All right, so please don't let the politics ruin friendships, you know? You might be too, they had big hooks at a pay-per-view and Jeff climbed it and jumped. Yes, I remember that. You mean the thing that he did the suicide fall, right? And it was super high, right? Frank, I think I remember what you're talking about. Ken, again, doesn't matter what side you're on. What if Trump lost the hair versus hair match against Vince? Dude, that would be crazy. Dude, can you imagine 2-1? That would have been crazy. Oh, that would have been embarrassing for Trump. Dusty Rhodes was the man. Definitely click that sub button 2-1. Dusty Rhodes was the man. Dusty, the Von Erichs. That match was wrestling. Yeah, Dusty Rhodes was awesome, Billy. I agree. I like WWE. That's what's up, Moon. Guys, make sure you click that like button. We are 2 likes away from 80 likes. 2 likes away from 80 likes. So if you haven't already, click that like button and subscribe as well. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions you have about WWE. Best finisher in WWE is RKO, I believe. Thank you, Scout, for that question. Feel free to ask me any questions, guys, about WWE. We're 3 likes away from 85 likes now. We're 3 likes away. Make sure you click that like button and subscribe. I like WWE, brother. That's what's up. Moon. Rob Van Dam. Yes, Rob Van Dam. Let's go. I love Rob Van Dam. AJ Lee or Nikki Bella? AJ Lee, 100%. I would take AJ Lee any day. Mash. Thank you for the question. Feel free to ask me any other question about WWE. Mash, definitely click that like button and subscribe as well. What about Gunther or Solo? Dude, honestly, bro, I like Solo. Solo Sikoa is a really underrated wrestler. Dude, I love his fits now, too. He looks like a straight mafia boss, bro. He looks fresh, man. He looks fresh, for sure. And guys, if you're new here, I love WWE. So feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. If you like it or if you're just curious about it, feel free to ask me any questions. We are 1 like away from 85 likes, guys. 1 like away. Bronson Reed theme sounds like war is coming. For real, Mackie, it does. Yeah, I messed up while typing. No, it's good, Frank. It's good. It's all good. Are you happy that Sammy won the WWE Undisputed Championship last night? I am happy that he won. I believe he deserves it, and I believe he deserved a push, to be honest with you. King, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe as well. And feel free to ask me any other questions. Make sure you come back on my lives. Dusty's ex used to take our school pictures every year. For real? Who was Dusty's ex, Billy? Who was Dusty's ex? That's awesome that they took the pictures every year. And Billy, let me know if you subscribe. I answered your question, Bora. I answered your question about Solo or Gunther. I'm gonna pick Solo over Gunther. What's Trump's finishing move if he was a wrestler? I don't know. Probably, what is it? What would Trump's finishing move be if he was a wrestler? Probably like, dude, what would it be? Give me ideas, bro. Give me thoughts. What do you think Trump's finisher in WWE would be? It would be this, bro. He would just do this with his hands. He would do this with his hands, and they would just fall. He would do the weave, and they would just fall. Like literally, this is what he would do. He would start talking, and then they would fall, and they were like, "Ow, ow, ow!" Magic, bro. John Cena, heck yeah, move. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. 5-star frog splash, 5-star frog splash, or shooting star press. Which one do you prefer? Bro, like if it was done to me, probably 5-star frog splash. Shooting star is crazy. That move looks so dangerous. I would not want to be shooting star, bro. That shooting star finishing move looks very dangerous and stuff. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Jeff Hardy, GOAT, I agree. Bronson Reed theme sounds like a war is coming. It does. I think Ronaldo's the best WWE player. He's not a WWE player. How about if Brock came out and helped Obafemi defeat the Bloodline? Dude, that would be crazy. That would be interesting, Zeke. I can see that happening. Zeke, definitely click that like button and subscribe if you're new here. I don't know if you're new here, but you should definitely subscribe and tell me if you subbed. Guys, tell me if you subbed in the comments if you're new here and you subbed for sure. And come back to my lives. And if you guys really want to support, go to my profile, click the notification bell, and then click all. Favorite DX moment or match? This moment. Suck it. That's what I like. That's my favorite moment, King Chester. You know what I mean? King Chester. I subscribe. Let's go. Thank you. Shout out to all the subscribers. And click that like button, guys. We are 5 likes away from 90 likes. 5 likes away from 90 likes. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan, bruh, but I think he was racist. Yeah, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan did a lot more good than he did bad. You know what I'm saying? What about Dominic? I love Dominic for sure. Booth Juice, you should definitely subscribe and come back to my lives. What if Brock Lesnar came out? Yes, I answered your question, Zeke. I answered your question. And again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Yo, how's your mental health doing? It's going all right. I do venting streams as well, guys. So if you're a sympathetic person, I vent about my mom a lot. My mental health is doing sort of bad, to be honest with you. I appreciate the question, Tulu. I don't know, bro. This conservatorship thing, they're trying to get me off of conservatorship. You know, which is something they use to deem you legally incompetent, and it's scary, bro. It really is scary. So I'm not sure what to do. and stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to know more about me, definitely click that like button and subscribe as well. I really do appreciate sympathetic people. Do you think McGregor will be a hallway? I think McGregor will, yes. Please do not spam, guys. Modern day would be Chris Jericho with the greatest Raw debut entrance of all time. Bro, Chris Jericho is awesome. Chris Jericho is awesome. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. This is what this live's about. 4 more likes until 90 likes, guys. If you haven't clicked that like button, make sure you do. Guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Bridge, thank you for the hearts. Bridge, definitely click that like button, subscribe. Bora, please do not spam. I love Dominic, by the way. I love Dominic. Do not spam, please. And guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Thank you, Booth. I appreciate you. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything about WWE. Can you beat Hamza Chimaev? Well, I really want to keep this strictly WWE streams, but I do UFC streams as well. So if you guys are UFC fans, definitely subscribe and like for that as well. You awesome. Thank you. You always remember we are with you. You always remember we are with you in your ups and downs. Thank you so much, Tilo. That does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, Hart. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for real. I feel TKO Group are robbing the fans. I watched a live show. 2 tickets were for under 100. Now it seems like you need to take out a second mortgage on the house to go to a show. Yeah, well, they are lowering their ticket prices, Zeke. I could tell you this because literally the front row, the front seat to SummerSlam, I believe, is only $1K, I believe. So they're lowering their tickets because of the, remember they were having trouble selling tickets for WrestleMania last year? I think that's one of the reasons why. Obafemi versus Goldberg would be fire. Mackie Wilson. Yeah, Obafemi versus Goldberg would be fire. Will be fire. Again, guys, if you're new here, make sure to click that like button, subscribe if you're new. If you're new here, make sure to click that like button, subscribe. I might go here soon, so feel free to ask me any more WWE questions and so forth. Whew. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Huge WWE fan here. Furries. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Huge fan about WWE, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. CM Punk, the greatest in the world? Yes, sir. Zeke, for sure. Night of Champions yesterday was fire. It was really good, except for ending that Sammy won the World Championship. I'm happy for him. Yes, Sammy winning the World Champion I was very happy for him. He deserves a push by WWE. Charlie, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe. And feel free to ask me any other WWE questions right now. You should definitely click that like button, subscribe, and feel free to ask me any other WWE questions because I do these type of streams a lot. Straight Edge CM Punk legend. Yeah, dude, Straight Edge CM Punk is a legend, bro. You watch WWE? Yes, H. I love WWE. Again, guys, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. We are 3 likes away from 90 likes, guys. 3 likes away from 90 likes. So if you haven't liked already, definitely click that like button so we could get to 90 likes. And feel free to ask me any questions about WWE at all. Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a huge fan of WWE, and I'm asking people to ask me anything about WWE. You look like CM Punk, man. You actually think I look like CM Punk? Manga, do you actually think so? That you guys don't think I look like CM Punk? Manga, I appreciate that, though. Definitely click that like button and subscribe. Why do you hate WWE? WWE is awesome. How dare you hate WWE? How dare you hate WWE? Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. We are 2 likes away from 90 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get to 90 likes. Sami Zayn wins the championship. Yes, amen. It was awesome. It was awesome, amen. For sure. WWE died, then Undertaker retired. Rest in peace. Yes, rest in peace, Undertaker. Alan, definitely click that like button, subscribe, and feel free to ask me anything about WWE. How much championships did Ric Flair win? I'm not sure, H. Do you know the answer to that? Hey, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Ask me anything about WWE at all if you want to know anything about WWE, or if you're new to WWE, or if you're a WWE fan yourself. Guys, we reached We reached 90 likes. Let's see if we could get to 100. Let's see if we could get to 100 likes. Click that like button if you haven't already, and make sure you guys subscribe if you're a WWE fan. I do this type of streams a lot. I do Trump supporter streams. I do also UFC streams and WWE streams. So feel free to subscribe. And if you don't have to, whatever side of politically you're on, you don't have to subscribe and so forth and whatnot. Dude, don't listen to him. You look way better than CM Punk, no homo. Thank you, The Dark. I appreciate that. Hey, I just subscribed. Thank you, Charlie, so much. Thank you so much. Who's the best WWE wrestler? CM Punk for sure. Polo. I appreciate the question, Polo. Feel free to ask me any other questions, by the way. Mick Foley's cool. He is cool. Mick Foley is awesome. You watched WWE Night of Champions? Yes, Ahmed, of course. Did you? And what did you think of it? I watched WWE as well. Heck yeah, Charlie, let's go. Is WWE real? No, so it is real, but it's scripted. It's scripted. They do make full contact, though, when they throw their strikes and so forth. So, Polo, that's what I would say. It's just scripted. It is real, but they are freak athletes. I just tapped the screen for like and tap. Thank you so much, Charlie. Appreciate it. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Guys, 4 more likes until 95 likes. 4 more likes until 95 likes, guys. So feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I did watch Night of Champions. Ric Flair 116, Titles Wu, John Cena 117. Yes, I know. It was amazing. It was amazing. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I was a 9th like. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. 3 more likes until 95 likes, guys. If you haven't clicked that like button already, click it. Ric Flair 116 world titles, John Cena 117. Wow, The Dark, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wrestling is choreographed, not real. I had ringside seats before wrestling. Wrestling is so fake. I don't agree. It's not really fake. It's just scripted, old. Well, I appreciate the thoughts, though. It is a safe space. And guys, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, anything about WWE at all. Guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE if you have any questions and so forth. Do you remember? Do you know W. Obafemi won the King of the Ring? Yes, he did win King of the Ring. W. Obafemi. Nah, WWE is real, bro. Yes, Boof. Exactly. WWE is real. Do you love Sami Zayn? Yeah, I like Sami Zayn a lot. I love Sami Zayn a lot. Again, guys, if you're new here, make sure you click that like button, subscribe, come back on my lives. Guys, we're 3 likes away from 95 likes, so if you haven't clicked that like button already, definitely click that like button. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. That's what this live is about. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Any questions you have at all. Actually, the King, Jerry Waller, won more titles than Ric Flair, but all count are the WWF and WWE titles. Wait, what titles did Jerry the King Waller win? I just looked it up on Google about Undertaker. He's still alive. He's not dead. Yeah. I know that. Yeah, I know Undertaker didn't pass away. Yeah, no. I think they meant RIP as him retiring. Charlie, I think that. Cam, definitely click that like button, subscribe. Come back to my lives. Do you remember Eggman? They killed him off for some reason. No, I don't remember Eggman. Wait, I think Sparrow. I think I remember him vaguely. Macho Man was the best world champ. Macho Man was awesome for sure. Hey guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. 3 more likes until 95 likes. And guys, if you do want to really support me and come on all my lives and just show support, go to my profile, click the notification bell, and then click all. Again, go to my profile, click the notification bell, and then click all. I really do appreciate you guys being in here. So feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Some people said they're over. Sammy's arm went down 3 times, and it looked like he tapped out. Oh, really? Is that a rumor, Charlie? I didn't know that. R.I.P. Randy Savage. Randy Savage was sick. Guys, please do not spam. Please do not spam, guys, okay? Please do not spam. Again, guys, if you're new here, click that like button and subscribe. Again, if you guys are new here, click that like button and subscribe. 2 more likes until 95 likes, guys. 2 more likes until 95 likes. No, Randy Savage, yes, that's true. Yes, Randy Savage passed away. Yeah, RIP Randy Savage. Roman Reigns will be back. I agree, Ahmed. Hey, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. How do you feel about the new undisputed transition champion? I don't think that's a thing, too, Cozy. What celebrity would you like to see in the ring? Boof, that's a good question. Donald Trump, I would like to see back, but who's that? I'm trying to think of a person. How about Nick Fuentes in the WWE? How about Nick Fuentes, bro? Let's get Nick Fuentes in the WWE. Let's go, bro. Nick Fuentes should be in the WWE. That would be sick. That would be awesome, bro. Anyone for that? Anyone for that, bro? That would be sick. Dude, could you imagine, bro? Could you imagine? He would be so good, bro. He would be so good. I beat 5 WWE wrestlers at once. That's what's up, Messi. Definitely click that like button, subscribe. Guys, if you're new here, click that like button and subscribe. Mid-South, pretty much everything Tennessee and a few more territories back in the day. That's what's up, Zeke. And guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Roman Reigns is a horrible champ and ruins WWE. You think so, Doctor? Doctor, feel free to ask me any other questions about WWE, Doctor, and make sure you click that like button. Guys, we are one more like away from 95 likes. One more like away. So if you haven't clicked that like button already, click that like button and subscribe. That's what's up, Boof. That's what's up. My name is... Sammy won't have a run. He's simply a transition. 2 Cozy, you should definitely subscribe and come back to my lives. Messi, what are you talking about? Nick Fuentes is a crazy answer, bro. What did I expect? Dude, but can you imagine, bro? Wouldn't he be good? Wouldn't he be the greatest heel of all time? I mean, come on. Boof, do you agree with me? That would be so crazy. Could you imagine? We get freaking Nazi symbols. We get freaking Nazi flags with the crowd. Dude, that would be insane, bro. Dude, he'd definitely be the biggest star easily, for sure. I love WWE. That's what's up, Moon. Heck yeah. Yeah, dude. Dude, yeah, Boofy would be crazy. No, I get the views part for sure. I don't really like his views either, but that would be crazy. Do you like John Cena? Actually, absolutely, Amen. That would be crazy, bro. Dude, bro. I'm just imagining a bunch of mini Nazi flags in the crowd. I'm just imagining a bunch of Nazi flags in the crowd. Everyone, dude, that would be so crazy, bro. Oh my god, man, bro. Holy shit, bro. That would be so crazy. Dude, he would definitely take over the whole company. My fave are The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan. Dude, those are great picks. Yeah, I love The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Sami Zayn, new WWE Undisputed Champion. Yes, Robbie. Robbie, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe if you're new here. We're one more like away from 95 likes, Robbie. Feel free to ask me any other questions about WWE. My favorite wrestler is Nia Jax. Hey, decent pick. Decent pick. Who would win in a fight, you or Kamala Anthony? I don't even know who that is. I think the WWE is sleeping on LA Knight. He's a good talent. I agree, bro. LA Knight is such a good talent. They're giving him mic time, though. They're giving him promo time. I love LA Knight. I love LA Knight, though. He is underrated. LA Knight is severely underrated, for sure. I love LA Knight, for sure. He's awesome. He's awesome. Bro, my mom's not getting me Chick-fil-A crazy. Guys, 3 more likes until 100. Can we get to 100 likes? 3 more likes until 100, guys. I've been watching WWE since it was WWF. That Robbie Leon, that's so sick. Who's your favorite WWE wrestler in the WWF days? Yeah, but no, I agree. He's sleeping on LA Knight for sure. Guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I am a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, any questions you have about WWE, or if you're just curious about it, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. That's what this live is about. It's a WWE fan. Ask me anything stream. Ask me anything about WWE. Ask me anything, okay? Okay? We're 3 likes away from 100 likes, guys. We're 3 likes away from 100 likes. Hogan and Randy Savage, dude. Hogan and Randy Savage was awesome. I hope you get freed from conservatorship. Do whatever you got to do, bro. I hated seeing what they did to Brittany. Hey, thank you, Boof. I really do appreciate that, bro. And yeah, I have YouTube tweets too. I YouTube tweet about it, meaning I use the text feature to vent a lot and stuff. So definitely like those and comment on those. And I do venting streams as well. And guys, if you really want to support me, turn on notifications. I do all sorts of lives. Turn on notifications as well. How you do that is you go to my profile, you click the notification bell, then you click all. I really do appreciate that. That really means a lot to me, Booth, for real. Danhausen, you are cursed. Yes, you are cursed. I shouldn't curse the whole stream. Hogan had lust in his eyes. Randy was right. Hogan was a bad guy. Well, I mean, I don't think he was all the way a bad guy, Doctor. I think he did more good than bad. Who was better, Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior? Hogan, for sure. Not even a question. I love the Ultimate Warrior, but Hogan for sure. I love Danhausen. Yeah, Danhausen is awesome. Guys, again, we're 2 likes away from 100 likes. 2 likes away. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Dude, I need this. WWE is good, but my friend says it's fake, but I don't care. Yeah, dude, most people who watch it knows it's scripted. Statistically, like most people who watch it knows it's scripted. They just watch it for the entertainment. It's entertainment. It's amazing. Again, guys, if you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe and come back to my lives. Make sure you guys subscribe and come back to my lives. Thank you, Jordan. Jordan, definitely click that like button and subscribe for sure. Again, guys, he cursed Liv Morgan. Yes, I know he did curse Liv Morgan. That was crazy. That was crazy. For sure. What's up, Pinky? How's it going? Pinky, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Definitely click that like button, too. Guys, we're 1 like away from 100 likes. 1 like away from 100 likes. I've watched it since. The bad guys back in the day were always the nicest. Oh, I agree. I agree, for sure. Yeah, the bad guys always are nice guys. Basically. Dude, my shoulder fucking hurts like shit. Guys, again, feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Any questions you have at all about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan. And that's what this stream is about, you know, asking me any WWE questions. Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Why did you swear that you're completely crushed in his childhood? Please don't say another swear word. Wait, what do you mean by that, Jordan? Guys, Undertaker and John Cena and more, bro, that's awesome. The bad guys were, yes, I agree. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Ask me any WWE questions at all. Just come up with WWE questions, and I'll answer them. I'll answer any WWE question. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all whatsoever. I'm a big fan. Heck yeah, Moon, let's go. Let's go. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. That's what this live stream is about. If you're curious about it or so forth, if you want to know more about pro wrestling, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. That's what this stream is about. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. What's up, Daniel? Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Do you like AEW? Yeah, I like AEW. I feel like it's good. What's up, Pen? Up, how's it going? How you doing, Up? Make sure to click that like button, subscribe. Chris Barnett was the man? LOL. Do you think Obafemi should go after Sammy or Roman? I think Roman. I think him going after Roman for SummerSlam is a good move. Guys, we reached 100 likes. Let's go. We're 4 likes away from 105. So if you haven't liked already, click that like button. Yo, bro, can you shout me out and watch you for a while? Awesome. Jay-Z, just come back on my lives. Are you a WWE fan? Yes, I'm a huge WWE fan. It's Xander. Are you? Are you a WWE fan, it's Xander? Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE. Brock Lesnar or Rey Mysterio? Brock Lesnar for me. Jimbo, don't. Guys, again, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm going to try to get into AEW this July. Well, apparently Forbidden Door is today or tonight. So, yeah. Feel free to ask me any question about WWE. Lanny Pope could been used better. The Genius character was terrible. I didn't even know who that is. Who's the best WWE wrestler? Definitely Debbie. I would say I would definitely say CM Punk, Debbie. Click that like button, guys. We are 4 likes away from 105 likes. 4 likes away. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Nah, Chris Barnett was an insane person. I agree. Him and CM Punk were friends for sure. Brock Lesnar is the GOAT. I met him and Undertaker. Really? When did you meet him? When did you meet him? That would be a power match between Oba and Roman. That would be sick. I'm going to watch Forbidden Door because of the one man steel cage match. Oh, they have a steel cage match? That's sick. Brock is the GOAT, I agree, but Stone Cold was the king. Yeah, Jimbo. I like that answer. Jimbo, definitely click that like button and subscribe. And guys, if you're new here, click that like button, subscribe. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all, any questions you have about WWE, and so forth. CM Punk is the best WWE wrestler, the worst UFC fighter for sure. Such an accurate statement. Such an accurate quote. How long did it take for you to grow the hair? Like 3 years. Guys, you should definitely subscribe, come back to my lives. Guys, again, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Even if you don't know about WWE, feel free to ask me any question about it if you're just curious about it or so forth. That's what this stream is about. I do other streams as well. So if you're new here, definitely click that like button and subscribe. Definitely click that like button and subscribe. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Anything at all about WWE. Anything at all. Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE, anything about WWE at all. And make sure you guys click that like button and subscribe. John Cena's go. I agree, Robbie. Braun Strowman or Big Show? I saw The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Dude, Braun Strowman to Big Show? I have to pick Big Show, okay? I have to pick the legend. I have to pick the legend, you know what I'm saying? Stone Cold pouring concrete in the car was the greatest moment in wrestling. I saw that. Yes, I remember that. I remember that for sure. Isn't WWE kind of against since 2 men are wrestling? It's not gay. It's entertainment, Chris. What year did Shawn Michaels die? He didn't die. He's not dead, Mike. What is the best WWE song? Definitely Cult of Personality or Triple H Time to Play the Game. Read my last comment. I said 12 man. It's Mark Bernice team versus the Dan Calls family and MJF. If Mark Brissos wins, he challenges them. Oh, that's what's up. Okay, I'm down for that. I'm down to watch it. Is MJF wrestling? Does anyone know? Andre the Giant held the world title longer than anyone. Dude, how long did he hold it for? My dad met the Undertaker when he was first started his career. That's sick. That's sick. No, Steve Austin in the beer truck. Oh, I remember the beer truck, Robbie. Again, guys, feel free to ask me any WWE questions. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me any questions about WWE, any questions you have at all. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Feel free to ask me any WWE questions. Guys, we're 2 likes away from 105 likes, so make sure to click that like button too. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE and so forth. Thank you, Blaz. Feel free to ask me anything. I said Mark Briscoe's team versus the Dan Calls family, MJF, and oh, that's what's up. Okay, MJF's in steel cage match. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. Guys, we're 3 likes away from 105 likes. 3 likes away from 105 likes, guys. Dude, my great grandpa went to the first ever WWE match. That's not. Is that true? How do you know that, Moon? Stone Cold sneaking up in and attacking both WWE wrestlers and ruining the main event was a crack up. I haven't seen that moment, Jim. I haven't seen that moment. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge fan about WWE. Are you related to James Franco? Maybe, L. Mail, definitely subscribe and come back to my lives. The cage match is the main event. Okay, awesome. I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped for that. So it's just a steel cage, you're saying? Again, guys, I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I really like WWE since I was 3. I know because my dad told me, and he likes WWE as well. That's what's up, Moon. Okay, got you. I get that. What's up, King? Guys, again, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE at all whatsoever. Guys, again, feel free to ask me. Your message got retracted, Cookie. I don't know why. Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Yes, King Kong, I did say that. I like Money in the Bank and also Hell in the Cell. Yes, Money in the Bank is awesome. I love Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is one of my favorite WWE PLEs for sure. I love it. I love the vibe of it as well. I freaking love Money in the Bank. What did you think of Sami Zayn winning the WWE title last night? I thought it was great, ZPM, for sure. I thought it was great, ZPM. ZPM, thank you so much for that question, by the way. ZPM, ask me any other questions. Please come up with more questions. That would be great. And click that like button and sub as well, especially if you're a WWE fan. Makes it the AEW steel cage match just doesn't let you win by escaping, but can win by pinfall or submission. Got you. What is better, Hell in a Cell or War Games? Hell in a Cell for sure. I don't like the War. They did War Games. I don't like they have Survivor Series War Games. They should just keep that. They should have kept that NXT thing. I watch WWE every day. That's what's up. Brock Lesnar is the best WWE guy for real. I agree. We had WCW, the forerunner of the WWE, in town, Civic Hall over 50 years ago. And how's it calling? That's sick. You had that in your town? That's so sick. That's awesome. Guys, we're 2 likes away from 105 likes. So if you haven't already, click that like button and subscribe. Seth versus Braun match. What was your thoughts on the finish? Dude, I thought it was great. Dude, that steel cage match, ZPM, was freaking amazing. I don't know if you subbed yet, but you should definitely tell me if you did, ZPM. I do this type of lives a lot. I can't wait for King of the Ring. Yes, me too. WWE is the best. I don't care if it's fake, but I have everything themed. Yeah, it's scripted. It's not even fake. It's just scripted. My whole family likes WWE. That's sick. They overdo War Games. Do it at NXT and not the main roster because there is no teams to use. Exactly, bro. Like, it's so tacky too. Like, just the concept is tacky. And I hate, like, they're putting that on Survivor Series. Finn Balor or AJ Styles? Good question. Finn Balor, I'm going to say. I love AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a legend, but yeah. I want to talk about how literally... What do you think is next for the Division? I'm not sure, bro. I'm kind of upset they kicked Seth Rollins out of the Division too soon. Honestly, but I still like. I'm not sure though, ZP. Guys, we're 2 likes away from 105 likes. So if you haven't already, click that like button and subscribe and come back on my live. Okay, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. They are Mark Henry. I don't know what you mean by that. Make War Games its own pay-per-view. Yeah, I agree. Or just keep it an NXT thing. Just keep it an NXT thing, you know? Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a huge WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE if you're just curious about it or so forth. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. And make sure to subscribe and come back on my lives, too. And click that like button. We're 2 likes away from 105 likes. Again, guys, this live is about WWE. Even if you don't like WWE, feel free to ask me any questions about it if you're just curious about it or so forth. Or if you're a WWE fan yourself, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. And make sure you guys click that like button if you're new and subscribe. Saw a girl say she didn't understand friends calling her Mark Henry. Dead ringer, poor girl. Aw. Remember Goldust? Yeah, Modern. I loved Goldust. Modern. Definitely click that like button and subscribe if you're new. All my favorite wrestlers retired. Same. I like Bronson vs. Seth and Becky. Dude, Becky Lynch is pretty cool too. I know she's a heel right now, but ZPM, Becky Lynch is pretty cool too. Again, guys, we're 1 more like away from 105 likes. So click that like button as well. Again, guys, if you're new, this is a WWE live. I'm a WWE fan, so I'm asking people to ask me anything about WWE or pro wrestling in general. Even if you're not a WWE fan, still feel free to ask about it, okay? I'm a huge one, so feel free to ask about it. Anything about WWE. Is WWE fake, scripted, or real, unscripted, and you can get injured, or both in a way? So yeah, it's both in a way. So it's scripted, but it is real. It is scripted, but it is real. And it takes extreme athleticism to do what they do. Extreme athleticism in WWE. They're freak athletes. It's insane. Interesting. Thank you so much for asking that question. Welcome back, by the way. Rhea Ripley or Liv Morgan? I'm sorry, but I'm Liv. I'm going to pick Liv, ZPM. I know you probably don't like that answer, but I'm going to pick Liv. War Games is just tacking and trash because there is barely any more teams, and most of them, the teams are only one time. I agree. Guys, we reached 105. Guys, we 5 likes away from 110 likes. So if you haven't already, click that like button and subscribe. Liv is fired. Yeah, dude, she's bad. I love her. I love her. I love her. Thanks, good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, again, this is a WWE Live. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so if you're just curious about WWE or if you're new to WWE or if you don't know that much or if you're a fan, ask me anything. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Liv or Jade? Liv again, 100%. What about you? What about for you, Liv or Jade? The Demon Finn Balor or The Undertaker? Debbie, that's a good question. I'm going to pick Finn. I love the Demon Finn Balor. I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley is a baddie. I agree. I have a huge basket full of old wrestling figures. $1 Million Man, Great Khali, Stone Cold, Andre the Giant, Undertaker. So, dude, that's sick, Jimbo. Yeah, action figures are sick. The action figures are sick, Jimbo. That's so dope. Jimbo, you subscribed already, right? Favorite female wrestler, Liv Morgan, I would say, or AJ Lee. I would say Liv Morgan over Jade also. Yeah, I love Liv Morgan and AJ Lee for sure, ZPM. Again, guys, if you're new here, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. We're 4 likes away from 110 likes, 4 likes away from 110 likes. So if you're new here, definitely subscribe and come back to my lives and so forth. And come back on my other lives, too, to show support. And if you really want support, go to my profile, click the notification bell, and then click all. My first figure was the Shield version of Roman Reigns. That's a sick cookie. That's dope. That's a Roxanne Perez, the prodigy in the future. I agree. Roxanne Perez is awesome. Cole D, you should definitely click that like button and subscribe and come back on my lives. What's up, Ariel? Click that like button and subscribe. Roxanne Perez is growing on me. Yeah, me too. Why do females chase masculinity? I'm not sure. I don't know. Does even Finn Balor or Undertaker or AJ Styles or JBL? Or are you going to put JBL in there? JBL's a legend, bro. JBL is a legend. But I have to pick... Shoot, your message retracted for some reason. I forgot what you said. The Demon Finn Balor or Undertaker or AJ Styles or JBL? Oh, wait. Never mind. Finn Balor, I'm going to say. Pop Rock sucks as a finisher. Yeah, I forgot what that finisher looks like. I know her finisher is cool, though. Guys, 4 more likes until 110 likes. If you haven't liked already, click that like button and subscribe as well. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. So it goes on you, but also does joking. Yes. Hey, what's up, River? Click that like button. How you doing, River? Feel free to ask me any questions about WWE if you're into it. Tori Wilson or Lita? Lita, for sure. Lita. Hello, I am an Indian. Got you. Good. Awesome, River. Awesome. Guys, we're 3 likes away from 110 likes. Again, guys, I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. I'm a WWE fan, so feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Make sure to click that like button. It does help the algorithm. Leader or Sol Ruka? Oh, fuck. I'm gonna say Sol Ruka. Dude, Sol Ruka's finisher is fucking dangerous, bro. I don't like her finisher. She's gonna get hurt doing that. She's gonna get so hurt doing that. I'm so concerned for her. I'm so concerned for Sol Ruka's finisher. For real. I'm sorry, but I am really scared for her, personally. I am really scared for her. Honestly. Yeah, I'm super concerned for her. Guys, 3 likes away from 110 likes. 3 likes away from 110 likes.
Also.
Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Thank you, River. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Guys, if you want to support the channel, definitely turn on the notification bell. Also, my Venmo is in my link in bio, so if you want to support what we do, click my link in bio. My Venmo is available there. Or if you just subscribe. That would be great too. Subscribing and clicking that like button as well. You know what I mean? Again, guys, feel free to ask me anything about WWE. Ask me anything about WWE. Make sure to come back on my lives. I do WWE streams, Trump supporter streams, and even if you don't like Trump, you could come and criticize me, whatever you want. And I also do UFC streams as well. So, yeah. I really do appreciate you guys joining and so forth. Again, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go right now. I appreciate you guys joining. We're 3 likes away from 110. Feel free to click that like button if you haven't already. I really do appreciate you guys. I do venting streams. I do WWE streams. I do UFC streams. I do Trump streams and so forth. If you guys really want to support, turn on that notification bell. How you do that is you go to my profile, click the notification bell, and you click all. Again, you go to my profile, click the notification bell, and click all. Again, guys, I really do appreciate you. Thank you, ZPM. Thank you for all the new people that joined here. I really do love you guys. I really do want to make friends with you guys and so forth. Again, guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, and see you. Thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot to me. See you guys.